The other issue is that you have youth from these two factions who have communal weapons, personal weapons, are emboldened by elders in the town, and earlier what I mentioned as shadow stakeholders outside the town is of fueling the conflict, be it contributions or whatever they can, okay? The reason for these issues is that there are factors that have not been looked at on either side. All of them have needs, wants, and interests. Okay, what has the institutions? When I say institutions, I mean National Peace Council, the state itself, through the central and local government. What have they done to look at the issues presented by these two factions? I remember early 2000s, they had a consortium of NGOs that went to Kumasi, engaged the two factions, and came up with recommendations. What has come up with our recommendation? Can we boldly say that the recommendations have been implemented? I remember there was one, be it setting up an office or secretariat for the Ethnic Peace Committee, okay, and resource it, because this is a body that is mandated to look at the conflict and address it. It constitutes members or representatives from every ethnic group in Bawku. This committee has not been resourced. They need periodic capacity building with regards to conflict resolution so that they can address issues like the farmlands, issues related to festival celebrations, burials, and whatnot. Okay, now you would remember that there was a time when they were talking about the burial of the Opostic. That would signify the end of the conflict. The Mampusis came out and said it is not their culture. Fair enough. What have we done to get back to the Mampusis and say, if it's not your culture, what then would you be comfortable with to perform as traditional rites so we can bring the conflict to an end? We don't have the sustained engagements going in. So you have this, what we call, as people have said, firefight approach coming in every time. You're not looking at the structural measures, structural preventive measures, the creation of jobs, okay? Ensuring that there's justice, where people who have been found to be perpetrating crime, either in Bawku or outside, have been made to face the full rigors of the law. That hasn't happened. You understand? And we have one particular important dynamic that has changed the whole Bawku situation now. The 15th of February 2023 incident that happened in Narelubu, the installment of the gentleman Seidu as the Bawku. Where is his whereabouts? So you would expect that the Kusasis are on the watch out, on the lookout. Who is going to lead this gentleman into Bawku? So you would have the youth on that side on edge, wanting to stop this gentleman from entering into Bawku. That also has added to the existing dynamics which compounds the situation in Bawku. And then let's look at how our security forces go in there, supposed to be neutral as much as possible. But then the situation turns around. And then you have, or you hear of the military shooting the youth and all that. That only serves as a conduit for these youths to even hate, one, the military more, and to even engage in reprisal attacks. Because then if you are targeting me and I can't come out openly to fight, then what I can do is secretly do it. So that's why we're going to have these reprisal attacks continuing, unless the issues involved, which is so easy to identify, get the right people in there, okay? You talked about music, you talked about REGSEC. Have we built their capacity in terms of understanding the dynamics of Bawku? It is not just about coming from the town or the capital. It is about knowing what it is that you have to deal with when it comes to conflict resolution. If I am a mediator or negotiator and I go in there wanting to bring a lasting solution to the issue, I don't go there with a stance already that I've had. I need to listen to these guys, know what they want at this particular moment, and then not forgetting the proximate factors that are existing. right? Any other issue that would add on or compound my process should be dealt with. Until then, we won't get anywhere.
Well, so the committee should be resourced enough to work, and that's government's work, right? That government should ensure that is done.
Exactly. And we will have the National Peace Council, who is like a focal person for the committee. We have NGOs, okay, in Bawku itself. For example, the Berlin Musa Development Agency Builder, okay, who have a seat. They are the peace-building facilitators within the committee. Let's resource all these NGOs for them to actively engage the sides. Then now we can come to the negotiation table and then we'll move forward. We sustain engagement. We cannot neglect the sustained engagement. We start a process and we leave it. We leave it, and then when the shootings happen, then we come back. So you start at square one. You don't get anywhere.